Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with the weather update here on your October the 1st, 2025. Well, things looking absolutely gorgeous as promised for you Wednesday afternoon. A lot of sunshine out there. Still a bit on the warm side, but don't worry, we got some cooler weather moving in as we go into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In fact, probably three of the best days so far in the early fall season. Big question mark, how long is it going to stick around? And I don't think it's going to stick around long. And we'll talk about that in your 7-day forecast here in a second. But if you're new here on the YouTube channel, again, we're trying to grow this one organically, which means we need y'all's help. Not a lot of advertised money here for this one. So if you live anywhere across North Georgia and like to make this part of your YouTube feed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look there up in Dahlonega. Talk about a gorgeous day. What a big difference it was 24 hours ago. We were dealing with a lot of clouds across the area, but a lot of sunshine back across the area. Also looking at some great weather in Lake Lanier at the Lake Lanier Sailing Club, which, by the way, I think is going to have some great sailing weather coming up here for Thursday and Friday, especially with a nice 10 to 20 mile per hour wind. Definitely good sailing weather coming in for this weekend with some beautiful weather expected. Radar, all quiet. It's expected to stay that way into the weekend. Don't have to worry about that. And satellite picture telling us the tale of a great looking day. A lot of clear skies across the area, looking very good and precipitation free. Temperature wise, we are warming up. Things are sitting here in the 80s across most of north of Georgia as expected for today. Before that cool air arrives going into tomorrow, the wedge will start to build in tomorrow with those increasing easterly breezes moving in across the area. Now, the reason why we can experience this great weather is because of these two systems out the eastern seaboard. Of course, we got Imelda that's bearing down on Bermuda, which may take a direct hit from a Category 2 hurricane there. But in the like of these storms going on by, we're dragging down some nice dry air on the backside of this, and we're going to have a nice high pressure building in because of those storms moving on out of the way. Now, looking out the tropics, again, not looking at a whole lot. We still got 2 more months of hurricane season. Got a disturbance there. We got another one back here just on the edge of the screen to kind of watch, but nothing imminent right now. And we'll see how things progress through the month of October as the activity slowly but surely begins to wind down for the 2025 hurricane season. All right, let's go take a look at the model data here. One thing I do want to point out here on the model data is you're going to notice these lines of equal pressure. You see them kind of building in here across the area. That's that high pressure building in there. When you get them packed together like that, that's usually a good indication you're going to have some breezy easterly winds or windy conditions expected. Obviously, with that easterly wind, some of that moisture, we're going to see some rains down near the Jacksonville area, but nothing up our way. We'll stay high and dry for us here for the weekend, going into the weekend. So let's look at your forecast maps here from the National Weather Service. Again, kind of watch that timestamp there at the top of your screen as we kind of walk on through this. Looking very quiet. There goes that high pressure ridge kind of building on in there going into Thursday. You notice that high sitting up here across the northeast. It's going to be building on down this way and looking pretty good. Some great looking weather here going into the weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday's looking good. If you're planning to go into fall festivals, you're going to get some fall pictures, Saturday's probably the best of the 2 days because we go into Sunday, we might get some clouds in there. Notice the green starting to creep back up at us. I'm not expecting rain on Sunday, but I think some more clouds coming in on Sunday. Monday, may see a shower or two, but right now, for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm keeping those rain chances low, so 20-30% right now. We're not really tapping any real deep moisture just yet, so just look out for those showers potential going into next week, but nothing too widespread. So here's our forecast, sunny and breezy. Check out the temperature there in Gainesville, 75-58. Of course, we're talking about a cool air wedge, so those northeastern sections of the state, they're going to be the cooler weather, so overnight lows in the 50s there. Low 60s from Dalton down toward Douglasville with low 60s. And then daytime highs tomorrow, mostly in the 70s. Again, from Clayton over to LOJ, down to Cumming, Marietta. Notice we're still holding under around 80 degrees across the northwest zones, but still very nice weather all across the area for your Thursday. Again, a little bit breezy at times. The winds won't be quite as bad over near the northwestern zones, but the northeastern zones and down to Atlanta will be a little bit breezy at times. Look at your regional forecast, 88 in Nashville, 88 and 89 in Memphis, 82 in Columbus. Again, those showers in Jacksonville at 81, 86 down in New Orleans. And the next 7 days, again, looking delightful. Can't complain. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I give all 3 days a 10. Looking great. Look at the low on Friday morning, 54 in Gainesville. Could see some 40s like Blairsville. Wouldn't shock me if they got down to the 40s for one of these mornings here going into the weekend. And then we warm up next week. Notice those overnight lows coming back in the mid-60s. The only reason why we're not warmer on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is because of cloud cover. That's the only thing inhibiting us there. Otherwise, we'll be warmer than that. But we're expecting definitely above normal temperatures on the lows and highs probably later at the end of the next week, maybe flirting back in the low 80s. Remember, the normal high this time of year is 79, and those drop off tremendously going throughout the month of October. So when I say we're above normal temperatures, it means we're above where we're supposed to be. And that means, right now, that's the long-term outlook here going to mid-October for us to be running above normal instead of seeing that cool down that we typically are supposed to see. All right, so anyway, that is y'all's update here for today. Again, appreciate you guys checking us out here on the YouTube channel. Again, if you'd like to make this part of your YouTube channel feed, it's very easy and it's free. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so it pops up in your feed and you can get your updates whenever you want. Again, whether without all that social media hype, God knows we got enough of that out there, right? All right, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.